is imposing for early morning rides. Glide again, dose, slide again, coast for the final toast. Left to right sights like most deaf, there's time left, so guess it is everything and no less. Regulatory, regenerative, and redrawn. Restoration finds a disillusionation. Retreated for sled motion, drift ocean style rift for the notion of a lift as if the mystic major centered on rhythm. It rages vented for unscented pages rendered into dust for grief like rust to define beef for us. The last thing we need is lust for the sake for breaking trust. Rush for dust, blunder busted, underfunded and hushed. The rounds we found flushed the whole crew down. The dawn is imposing for early morning rides. Glide again, dose, glide again, coast for the final toast. Left to right sights like most deaf, there's time left, so guess it is everything and no left. We found that tremolo for dodo is broke, yo, is bull, bro. I know that falling flat, the factual flax. We pack thick sacks for quick kickbacks. On track, we're sticking to big fat stacks for flashbacks. The solo player finds a fly rhyme sayer in the mind. The subconscious blind, the real rhyme, the key fine for facts. The impact is realistically, simplistically dead on point. It's the joint stuck, poignant for spent slugs and bent thugs, buoyant to rent rugs, to soylent green and steampunk gleam for mean drugs. Turn cats green, no sheen for Charlie bars, barely soda in cars with boys for blonde toys to enclaves, to bend boys to bent ways and non-joys to crowns. Lamping stand. The dawn is imposing for early morning rides. Glide again, dose, slide again, coast for the final toast. Left to right sights like most deaf, there's time left, so guess it is everything and no left. From camping lounges with lamps to sounding blanched and feeling stagnant, to Ragnarok blips for slipping clocks, clipping locks to tripping fox. Six segue to bridge for incoming migs and smalls that are big for trigger, flickering, big bickering, signal sickering for bigger dings, bumping triggered blings, grumpy like stumpy things, getting dumpy for frumpy clings, trumping a sump pump, hoping for deep, dumping the fronts for blunt, glumming and circle bumming like vultures to culture dawnings. It leaves them yawning. The dawn is imposing for early morning rides. Glide again, dose, slide again, coast for the final toast. Left to right sights like most deaf, there's time left, so guess it is everything and no. So gradually grow until the real snow starts, like there are no small parts for cop-outs to dropouts for the arts. They pop out like the tarts for mopped out slop and proper starts, imparting no flirting for subject skirting, partially parked for stark hearkening to warping glory, marking the same story for morbid stored parking straight to vicious barking and no skylarking, certifiable to completely unreliable for flicks to pick real sickness, kick to trick witnesses split like dead soldiers for tarred folgers, balloon like high noon, climbing real time for insiders to pick trick sliders to kick sick spiders. The dawn is imposing for early morning rides. Glide again, dose, slide again, coast for the final toast. Left to right sights like most deaf, there's time left, so guess it is everything and no less. Misfiring like rickshaw riders, sniping for pick target, wiping the real insiders, griping the data set to get hype for ingress, the in-flight, the mint press, the insight for risk, resting kit lights, the tryst, testing insights, the rest is history for disorder. The mystery is no short of blistering like torches for front porches, bordering on scorched earth for new birth. The implants, the clock ticks, so we rant until rock split to Grant Foxy with the crits for chance to split pants and revamp the posing sycophant. The dawn is imposing for early morning rides. Glide again, dose, slide again, coast for the final toast. Left to right sights like most deaf, there's time left, so guess it is everything and no less.